There's an important question coming in November during the municipal election, a referendum for those who live in the Cowichan Valley, and it concerns the Cowichan Sportsplex. Here we are at the Centennial Track. Welcome to Go Island, Cowichan Valley. On today's show, beautiful glassware artfully painted. One Cobble Hill woman is living her dream with horses. And there is an important question for residents of the Cowichan Valley. All that and more on Go Island, Cowichan Valley. Well, this is a perfect day. I'm here with Catherine Brandon of the Cowichan Sportsplex. A perfect day for rugby and football, and sports is really on our minds because there will be a very important referendum question in the coming municipal election. Catherine, I know that it's sometimes difficult to explain referendums. They can seem so complex, but this one's really simple. You're going to be asking voters to choose between a grant in aid and something which is much, much more permanent in terms of funding for the Cowichan Sportsplex. So I'll have you explain it, but let's start by saying no, it does not mean a large increase in taxes.
That's a key point, actually, because I know there's a lot of concern out there about taxes and raising taxes, but we have been fortunate to be receiving funding from the CVRD for 5 years now. So the CVRD definitely believes in the value of the Sportsplex. They know it's an investment that is very worthwhile with the tax dollars, and they've been giving us a grant in aid. Unfortunately, their rules say that a grant in aid should only be a one-time funding opportunity. And so each year they revisit that and they say yes to the Sportsplex and we carry on. But it's very hard for us to plan that way. So we've been asking them to consider moving our funding from a grant in aid, where they need to revisit it. We need to make a presentation each year, and then we sit and we wait and we hope that the funding will come through. So the referendum will be going out to the people and asking them if they're in favor of moving our funding from the grant and aid to a permanent line item. And it's actually asking if the CVRD can create a line item in their budget for the Sportsplex. And so it's a great opportunity for us because it will allow us to do more planning. We'll be able to look into the future a little bit more here at the Sportsplex, but it is a huge challenge as well because we want to make sure that people have the accurate information. It's not a tax increase, and it's moving that funding so it provides stability for the Sportsplex in the future.
And planning is all important when you're dealing with fields and so much maintenance that comes with a sports facility. I understand the Cowichan Sportsplex has a really good track record that started as a society of people really keen and interested in having an activity location for all the varied sports in the Cowichan Valley, and Cowichan Secondary Track just didn't cut it after a number of years. Give us just a little bit of the history.
Sure. So it was back in the early 90s when the track at the high school was considered not fit for competition, and so the track people started saying, you know, we need a track, and then field hockey came along and they said, well, we don't have a dedicated field hockey field, and there's always need for more soccer fields, and softball, you know, they needed a tournament facility where there was more than one field in one place. So this group of people got together, we formed a society. We were fortunate that North Cowichan, the municipality, had this property available, and we got the lease on it, and then the fundraising began and the development began. Our society was formed in 1996, and first came the track and the infield, and then in 2005 we had a big explosion of grants coming in from federal government, provincial government. We built the lacrosse box, we added 3 ball diamonds, we added the artificial turf for field hockey. More recently, actually, one of the most exciting things for the community is our new fitness circuit, because anybody can come here any time of the day for free. They can walk on a rubber path that's 660 meters circle. There's fitness stations along the way, and it's great for rehab, it's great for the old, the young, everybody in between.
Let's talk about the economic impact. It must be considerable for this area.
Definitely. A facility like the Sportsplex is a make or break facility, really. When we put the bid in for the 2018 Summer Games that's coming up. If this facility wasn't here, our community wouldn't have been able to get that event here. Same goes for in 2005 when we had the Seniors Games and the North American Indigenous Games as well. If it weren't for the Sportsplex, we wouldn't have been able to host those. So those events bring in huge dollars to the community. But then there's also, in August, we hosted the Under 16 Boys and Girls Western Canada Softball Championships, I believe it was. There were 300 people taking part in that. About a total of 800 people in all attended, I guess. And they estimated approximately $200,000 came into our community over the 5 days.
Let's talk about the future. That's a fantastic record of success already. For the future, you're expecting more large events and hosting events here at the Cowichan Sportsplex?
For sure. We're always looking for more events to happen. Ball tournaments, field hockey tournaments, track meets, and then those big events like the 2018 BC Summer Games.
Yeah. Okay, but for now, we want people to vote, and that's really important to make sure you turn out at the polls. There will be the referendum question for people living throughout the Cowichan Valley, and of course, you're going to be electing various other political leaders. How do we get people to know the importance of this?
Well, I think that we need to get out there and let people know that this is a make or break. Like, this is a milestone, actually, in the Sportsplex's history, I think, because a yes vote will provide us with that stable funding that we can count on year to year. A no vote just brings a lot of questions back into the picture, and we've been working hard with local governments over the last couple of years to get the level of funding that we need. About a third of our budget is about $400,000 a year. About a third of that budget comes from the CVRD currently. About a third comes from the Municipality of North Cowichan, the City of Duncan, and the school district actually are partners with us. And then the remaining third is our job. As a nonprofit organization, we have fundraising events. We have community sponsors through our Medal Podium program. We have advertisers here at the Sportsplex, and from the rental fees from renting the facilities. So it's a real team effort. I was thinking about the Sportsplex actually. It's kind of like the family room in a home, where people, your family meets in the family room and you talk about important things, you get together, you do wonderful things together. The Sportsplex is kind of like a family room for this community, and every home needs one, and our community really needs the Sportsplex.
And don't forget the date of the municipal election. Turn out and vote. Take part in the process. November 15th. We're in the beautiful Wilderness Walk area of the Cowichan Sportsplex. More about the referendum coming up after a short break. And also after the break, Dan Kahn has an interesting story and a way that you can keep track of your wine glass at the next party. After the break.
And mass producing is not art to me.
This is the beautiful Wilderness Trail Walk at the Cowichan Sportsplex. More about the important referendum that Cowichan Valley residents are going to be asked to vote on in the November 15th election is coming up. Now, you might remember that we visited the Vision Show and Sale in the summer at Whippletree Junction. Was it ever popular? So popular that it is now held over until the end of November, with paintings, pottery, painted glass, jewelry, handmade furniture, and lots more. Open every day from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. I'm here with Renee Deshotel, who is president of the Chesterfield Sports Society, a willing volunteer in the Cowichan Valley area. So, Renee, tell us about the users of the Cowichan Sportsplex. A lot of variety there?
Yeah, there's a large variety of users. We do have all the youth teams, of course. There's box lacrosse, field hockey. There's also the baseball diamonds that get used a lot by youth and adults as well. Now, the track is a multi multi-used facility. We have seniors, if you check out today, walking the track, but there's also a lot of track and field teams for training for long distance runs as well. We do have some youth that have come and used the track, and they are training for the Olympic team. We also field hockey. We've had members of our local field hockey teams playing the Olympics. Melanie Slade was one that was, and her children now train here as well. And it's good to, you'll see around youth come. We have children here playing on our playground equipment. We also have disabled people come and use the track. It's a nice, safe place. People recovering from injuries like to use our rubberized track. It's very soft, it's easy on the joints, and I do see lots of different leagues as far as baseball, field hockey, soccer when the soccer fields are busy, and we do get a large variety of people, and from all over the valley, from the south in Mill Bay to the north to Ladysmith out to Lake Cowichan. People come from all over.
Suppose that many people don't realize it's operated by a not-for-profit society. So even though there's a certain amount of funding coming in from various sources, you have to manage this place really well.
We do. We have to watch our budget really carefully, and we have to do a lot of fundraising. We still do. We do get some money from Municipality, City of Duncan, and the Regional District, but a big portion is our own fundraising, and it's a tough pull, especially in the economic times we have right now. But we work really hard and try and control our budget in a very wise manner.
It's a perfect day to enjoy the Cowichan Sportsplex, and with me is Dominique Rockall, who is the Executive Director of the Clements Centre here in Duncan. Dominique, on a regular basis, you have a number of folks that you work with that come down and enjoy the Sportsplex. How important is it to their livelihood?
Oh, it's very important. You know, physical activity, getting outside, enjoying the nice weather, and like I said, the physical activity is hugely important for the people that we support at the Clements Centre, and well, everyone else as well. You know, for sure.
Well, you're definitely a partner, and so are a lot of other people. So the important questions going out to the voters with the referendum this November 15th in the municipal election for more permanent funding for the Cowichan Sportsplex. I'm sure you see the need. Do you also understand that that it's well managed here? How much do you deal with the infrastructure and the people here?
Well, there's no question that it's needed, and it's very well maintained. My staff talk about it as it's a great place to come. It's safe, like you say, it's accessible, and we've got people that come from. We have people in residential homes and people that come for the day to our community inclusion programs, and they all come down here on a regular basis. And my staff too, they talk about it. They said that you know, most of my staff come down here when they're not at work.
Now, you come here on a fairly regular basis from the Clements Centre. Why do you like visiting the Cowichan Sportsplex track?
Because it's a good place to walk around. Yeah, safe and fun, yeah. Yeah.
So how much exercise do you get out here?
Every Saturday I come out here.
Good for you. And today's a bonus day?
Yeah, bonus day, yeah. I come here to watch soccer sometimes.
We'll take a little break, but when we come back, we're going to head to Cobble Hill, where Karen Elgersma meets up with a woman who is doing what a lot of us only fantasize about. She sold her home and her business, and she's living her dream.
I love this. It's so much fun to see them learn a new skill even, and the little smile on their face when it's like, wow, well done.
Tom Veenstra is the athletic director for Duncan Christian School and leading a group of really enthusiastic kids today. So you use the Cowichan Sportsplex a lot. Tell us how, Tom.
We do. Currently we're using it for phys ed classes for soccer, and also after school, our school soccer team, our boys soccer team, is using it this fall.
And you had a lot of events you were involved in here over the years, it sounds like, as well?
Yes, we've been very blessed to be able to host a number of island championships in both boys and girls soccer. We also, in 2006, we hosted a provincial championship using the Sportsplex here.
So I have to ask you the age-old question in a way. Why is sports and athletics so important and therefore a facility like this for young people?
We just need to get kids liking physical activity when they're young and having great opportunities to play sports, to fall in love with good, fun activities, so that they'll be able to be lifelong users of a sportsplex like this.
And from what you see, Tom, you're a regular user. As far as the fields and the maintenance, everything is well planned here?
Oh, everything is superb. We're very proud to host these big events. People love it. They're always commenting and saying, hey, you guys got a great soccer infield. So we're told many, many times that this is a great facility to use for these events.
Now you'll be back throughout the fall, it sounds like, with your soccer group?
Yes, we're going to be hosting the Island Boys A Soccer Championships on Thursday, October 23rd, and we're looking forward to hosting that.
Okay, and we hope there'll be a big crowd. It's perfect weather. I love the fall sports because it's an opportunity for so many people to still enjoy playing as well as viewing.
Right, for sure. And hopefully the weather will continue on. We'll see what happens in October, but for soccer, they tend to like a bit of rain, so hopefully we'll get a bit of rain as well.
Okay, well, the election is an important date as well. November 15th, that's when you're going to be asked in the Cowichan Valley to vote yes or no on the referendum question, which is basically to bring more permanent funding to the Cowichan Sportsplex.
I'd like to encourage all sorts of users to get out there and vote yes to. This place is a very valuable resource for our community.
Well, that's our program today from the Cowichan Sportsplex. Come out and enjoy this wonderful facility, and don't forget to vote in the municipal election on November 15th in the Cowichan Valley for all your mayors, councillors, electoral area directors, and for the referendum on the Cowichan Sportsplex. Don't forget, we love your story ideas. If you'd like to reach us, we're on Facebook or Twitter. You can email us if you like or give us a phone call. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Women's clothing provided by Tulip Noir, casual designer fashions. Men's wardrobe by DG Bremner & Co. Menswear and accessories. Hair services provided by Salon J.